Hi, I'm Christina Avery with Naviance. I am working with the Pinellas County School District to give you the opportunity to view how you can get into Naviance and access and move around to view what your students are doing with the Naviance product. So let's talk about how you can get access and how you can move around. First, you will be getting a letter similar to what you see on the screen here. In this letter, you will have a link specific for your school. Do not share that link with other schools in the district. Every school district has their own link, and they'll need to access that to gain access to their student information. Now, you'll want to make sure that you select the link that is in your letter. That will bring you to this Naviance screen. From here, you'll select the parent-guardian option. Under the parent-guardian option, you're going to go directly to that forgot your password. We have your email already in there, so you're going to want to enter the email address that your letter was sent to. Please ensure, it's very important that you use the email that you received the letter from. That email address will be entered into the email section. You'll select reset your password. When you select that, an email link will be sent to the email address that you used with a temporary password. Go to your email, retrieve the link, come back into the link for Naviance, select parent or guardian, and then you're going to enter your email and the temporary password that was presented to you. You will present your own password. That'll be only for you to see. Your counselors, your school will not be able to see or do anything with that password. And if you get locked out, you will want to do the forgot password again, resetting it on your own. So I'm going to enter just some mock student data here. Get us logged in. And then you should be logged into Naviance at this point. Now, if you have difficulty with those steps or accessing Naviance up to this point, you'll want to reach out to your child's guidance counselor and ask them for assistance for getting into Naviance. At this point, you will see in Naviance your child or children. If you have more than one children in the district, you will have a drop down to be able to access either or any of those children. That will go directly to their school. Even if they are in different schools within the district, you will be able to see them in Naviance. Children that attend different districts would not be visible in this specific Naviance, only the Pinellas County District. So we're going to select Harry Potter here, and we're going to click Go. This is going to open us up into his Naviance. Now, in his Naviance, there are a lot of things here, a lot of information here. This session is not designed to go through everything in deep detail, but only to give you a high-level overview of what you can do as a parent, what you can see, and what you can view in this area. So let's get started. On your home screen here, you have your welcome message. Now, this welcome message may be different on your screen depending on what grade level your child is. The welcome messages are different for each grade level, and so depending if you're in a middle school or a high school and that grade level, you'll see different messages here. This is for the student, providing them with information on what they need to do, what they need to see, and where they need to select. The favorites area is a list of all of the favorites as they're moving through Naviance. They are creating colleges list, colleges I'm applying to list, careers and career clusters, selecting all of those favorites so they can then begin to narrow all of this information down into the careers they're selecting, the colleges they're selecting, and scholarship options and the courses that they're selecting. If we scroll on down here, we have our important to-dos and tasks. This is a small snippet of task that the students have assigned to them. Now, please keep in mind, this is a small snippet of the area. Going to another area will show you the full list, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Scrolling on down, there may be at your student's school some important links, HTML pages, some bulletins that are listed here for the students to make it easy for them to access some information they may need as they're preparing for those careers and colleges. We're going to scroll back up to the top of this screen. And let's continue to go across these tabs along the top, giving you just a short idea and a brief overview of what's in each. The self-discovery area is where they will see all of their built-in assessments that we have in Naviance. Now, your screen may be a little different depending on the grade level. These assessments are assigned to specific grade levels, so if you don't see exactly what's on my screen, not a problem. That just means that your student does not yet have access to those assessments, and as they continue to move on through Naviance, they will be finishing those assessments. So if we go into the self-discovery home area here, in the self-discovery home, you are able to see all the assessments that your child has available. When we're looking at these assessments, you'll notice you cannot start an assessment. You cannot continue an assessment that may be in progress. You have the ability to view the results of any assessments that your student has already completed. When they have completed the assessment, you're able to select the results and view any of those results so you can discuss them with your child, go through any options that they have and options that they have for careers, how they affect their career choices and items that they're selecting. Use my back to self-discovery option here. We're going to continue moving along with the courses option at the top. Under the courses option, the students can now look at their course catalog and they can favorite some courses that maybe they're thinking they would like to talk over with their counselor, talk over with you, or discuss as they're moving through here some other areas that maybe I want to take this but not quite sure. They will be doing a course study plan. Under the Manage Course Plans, your student will have a course plan. If it is not there yet, it is something they will be doing in the second half of the school year. So when this plan loads, you're able to view from here the courses that your child has selected for each year of their high school career. Now, these are not necessarily written in stone unless they are currently in progress of the 9th grade year, then they would be taking these courses. They do have the ability to be able to come back out here and make changes to their 10th, 11th, 12th grade year. And as they are continuing to move through, they'll be reviewing this, going over it with their counselors, hopefully talking with you about it as well, so that we're making sure that they are taking the courses they need to reach their goals in their post-secondary education. So we're going to leave this courses area. We're going to move on over to our careers area. Now, under our careers area, we have the Explore Careers, Explore Clusters and Pathways, Find Work-Based Learning, and Explore Road Trip Nation videos. Under the Explore Careers area, this is where your child has the ability to explore thousands of careers. Here they can search for a specific career. They can sort a career by a title, education, salary. They can select their career from here. We'll go into accountants. They get a good overview of what they are able to see in this career choice. So as they're looking at their overview, they can see the college if it is required, how much is required, a median salary. We also add this graphic so they can select what is the median salary at a specific state. In case they're going to live in another state, they have a good overview of that. They can see any Holland traits related to this career, related majors, any related careers. Going back to the top, they have the skills and experience. Under the skills and experience area, we give them a good overview of the knowledge, the skills, the abilities, activities, and tasks that are required for this career. If they go into the abilities area, for example, we do a starred approach on a 1 to 3, giving them more information on what will you be spending the majority of your day doing should you determine that this is the career that you want to go into. And we add the first 5, and then if you use the show more, you'll get a lot of information. So they get a really good view of the career and if they're interested in this based on the skills and experience. If we go into the wages area, this is the area that's most important for them. We bring this graphic back over again so they can view a median for each state. But we add some additional information here and give them some more clarity. They have a national low, median, and high. They have salary and hourly options for the career. Then we throw in the Florida low, median, and high since this is the home state. Students do have the ability, if they want to use the filter option, to select another state, apply this state, and then they can begin to compare based on the Florida low, median, and high, the national average, where does my state that I'm thinking of living in, where does that fall? They can also look under the wage ranges by city. Again, by salary and hourly. We've pulled out some specific cities here so they can get the information on wages. If they want to select another state, looking at this state, they can also view cities with the low, median, and high, again making those comparisons. Viewing the top, you do have this upcoming events section. If your school determines they are going to have upcoming events related to a career, you'll find some upcoming events here. This is also linked into work-based learning events, which you have under the careers section. So your district or school may add in some work-based learning events. This isn't where the student will apply. This is where they will be given information on how they can apply to those internships, externships, apprenticeship areas. As the school prints them and posts them here, you and your child will have the ability to then gather that information. If we also go into the Explore clusters and pathways, here you have 16 clusters. If you go into one of these, I'm going to select the Business Management Administration. Selecting one of the pathways gives the students the ability to see any of those, again, upcoming events, but it gives them the employment outlook for that career and that pathway. Gives them the credentials, related occupations, related majors. One of my favorite areas here is this plan of study. I like this plan of study especially for the high school students to know these are the courses I should be taking in high school if I'm truly interested in this career. I should be focusing here. And it also guides them into their post-secondary. What do I want to be taking in post-secondary? So if they're looking out here and they see, oh, all of these courses I'm not really interested in, this may not be the career for them, and they'll want to continue looking on at other careers. I'm going to close out the plan of study. We're going to move on from the careers over to the colleges options. Now, when we're looking at the colleges options, this is a really important area for your high school students. This gives them a really good overview of college options. The first thing that we have is the Find Your Fit. Under the Find Your Fit area, they're going to have college search options. If they go into the Supermatch college search, for example, in this area, they have the ability to select locations. What area of the United States do they want to attend school in? They can take out states, they can add in states. Is it a large city, a small city, a suburb? What are they thinking they want for their college experience? They continue to move across to their academics. What are they looking for in academics? I'm going to get a bachelor's degree. I can put in a major here. And you'll notice as I'm making these selections in the background, it is moving and selecting colleges. Now, I don't need to finish everything along the top. The students can continue to move across here, adding in more of their choices and options. They also have the ability of what is a must-have and what is a nice-to-have. Maybe my campus surroundings are a nice-to-have, so I move those over to my nice-to-have, and it again changes my options for my colleges. From here, as a student, I have the ability to choose what I want to view from that college, what information is important to me. And I can select the area that I'm wanting to view, the area that I'm wanting information on, so that I can make those decisions on which college best suits me. Here I have a link to my colleges or universities depending on which one I want to view more information on. I can pin those as areas that I want to view and come back to later. I can also see how it ranks with my GPA, my SAT, and my ACT scores. If those are loaded into Naviance by your school or your district, those can be compared based on the college's requirements as well. Gives your students a really good fit score of why this fits into them. If they're missing it, if it's an 80%, a 70%, why did it rank it at that, and what do they need to do to bring their GPA up or their ACT or SAT scores to be more closer to that fit score. So moving on from our college searches. Now that our students have done their college search and they have a good idea of the colleges they may want to attend, they're favoriting those colleges and they're having them listed under this colleges I'm thinking about. This is a list that they can go back to and review and know which colleges they may want to go to. They may want to take off of their list, discuss with their counselor, discuss with you to determine what is their best option. They also have college visits. If they're attending those, they can sign up comparing those colleges that we pinned. The college resources is a really nice page for your student to attend. This is a good page for you to review as well. It's a nice area for them to get some college information, knowing that you're not getting spammed and you're going to valid sites, you're not getting charged for things you don't need to be charged for, or you just simply need to know, where do I go to access this information? This page is laid out for your students to be able to access these links and continue with the information that they need to help better prepare them for college. Going back to my colleges area, if we're looking under the apply to college, if you have a junior or a senior, this is a really important area for you. The Pinellas County School District is doing electronic document submissions using Naviance, and that is done through this Apply to College area. When we go into the colleges I'm applying to, this is where the students will go to for that first time, you're going to notice this pink bar across the top. That's where they are matching with Common App. Now, I kind of want to be clear here about the Common App. Your student and child will still set up a Common App account in Common App. Once they have set that up and they've walked through all of the steps for setting that up, they will then come into Naviance and they will do this Match Accounts option. The Match Accounts simply pulls all of the courses that they add to their Common App, they are doing in the Common App site, over to Naviance. It pulls them into Naviance so their counselors have the ability from here to then see what colleges, universities they are planning on attending, and what colleges and universities they need to ensure that they are sending out information to and transcripts so it's available for the students. If the students are selecting colleges that are not a Common App school, they can do that by going into this colleges and colleges I'm applying to. the students will have an icon to add those schools to this colleges I'm applying to list, again making it available to the counselors to know they need to send documents and transcripts to those colleges. If we go back to that colleges option at the top, this is also where your students can request their letters of recommendation. So when they're needing a letter of recommendation from a teacher, they will select from here the letter of recommendation. They will be able to select under that letter of recommendation, the teacher requests the letter of recommendation, provide additional information to that teacher, and keep track of those recommendations on this dashboard. Go back to my home screen and going back to the colleges area. Now, there is an option for seniors that will appear when they are a senior to request transcripts from this area. That's where your students will be able to request their initial transcript at the beginning of the year, request a mid-year transcript at the mid-year, and then request that final transcript when we get down to the end of the year and they need that final transcript for the school that they're going to. They will make all of their requests inside of Naviance, and the counselors will be able to assist from their view on what is most important and also where do they send the information to. The final area in the colleges section is the scholarships and money. We provide you with a national scholarship search option, so you again know you're going to a valid site. You then have these college-specific scholarships. These are merit-based scholarships that students have the ability to go out and look and see what's available at colleges they're considering, colleges in your area, colleges that they're looking at. They can go into this area to find any merit-based scholarships they could apply for. And then the scholarship search feature. That is an area that the district and the schools fill with information of scholarships in your area that students can apply for. This is an ongoing area, so that area is updated by your district and your school with information continually being added in that area. As students determine which scholarships they're interested in, they're applying for, or they have been awarded, they have a favorite scholarships area, which is a dashboard that provides them access to be able to keep track of all of this, and you the ability to go out into this area and view any scholarships they have applied for and that they have been awarded. That's a lot for colleges, but that's a really important piece of the high school. So if you have questions on that, certainly reach out to your school counselor and ask about any additional information that you need in this area to help you to be more clear or to find an area or something you're looking for. Now let's look at this planner option. Under the planner option, if your student is adding goals, you're able to view these goals from here. They have a to-do list that they have. They can view and access their to-do list, and you can see the to-dos from here. Now the district will be assigning recommended and required tasks to each grade level, and they will be different tasks per grade level. So you'll want to come out here and go into this planner and this task area to view which tasks are assigned to your child, which tasks are required, which are recommended, and which tasks are completed. So as you go through here and you start viewing these areas, you're able to discuss with your child, this is required, what do we need to do here, how do we get this completed, and helping to guide them and help prompt them through finishing these required tasks so they have them completed and ready for their graduation. Moving all the way over to the right is the About Me section. Under this About Me section, I want to first bring you to the resume area. This is a great area for you to have your child go out and view the objectives, the summaries. They're going to really begin building their resume areas here. You cannot add information in here for them. You cannot add in objectives or summaries or education and work topics, but they have the ability to do that. You have the ability to come out here and view what they have and any resumes that they have in printable version. You have the ability to view that and help them with updating and viewing and talking through what maybe they would want in a resume. They can have multiple resumes out here, maybe one for scholarships, one for colleges, one for jobs, and all of them can have different information. Back to our About Me on the top. The goals section here is the same as the goals that we discussed under the planner section, just two different areas that you can access those. The portfolio here is a really, really nice option for parents. This is a whole overview of what your student or child has done in Naviance. Nothing that you can add here, but you can view what they have done. So as you're scrolling through here, you can see if they've completed assessments, what are their results? If they have added careers, what careers have they added? What colleges have they added? What tasks do they have completed? This is really an area as a parent I would come out and go to first, so you can kind of scroll through here and see, okay, these are the areas that we need to really talk about, we need to think about, and it helps you, guide you into Naviance, into those other specific areas that you want to discuss with your students. Bouncing back to the top, going back to my main screen here, looking at the About Me area. The final area that I want to talk about here is the surveys area. Under the surveys from your school, these are surveys that are available to your student depending on their grade level. You are able to view from here any surveys that are completed. You are not able from here to access surveys or complete surveys for your students, but you can view and see any of their responses that they have completed in the surveys that they have out here currently. So that's a very quick, very high-level overview of Naviance. So we talked about how to get you into Naviance, how to follow those steps in that email that you received. If you have difficulty with that, again, please reach out to your child's school counselor. They can help walk you through that information and help you get connected into Naviance. Once you're in, then I suggest that you jump in there, you look around, look at things your student's doing, sit down with your child, walk through all of these areas and help them to better understand Naviance and how important their college and career post-secondary options are. Thank you and have a great day.